Show us how it's done.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to be playing the Pathless. This is an amazing game by Giant
Так,
Squid,
ну
who
что
also
же,
developed
вот
After.
мы и перешли к The
It's an open
Pathless.
world game. It has some great music by Austin Wintory. And let's just go ahead and get into it. In 3, 2, 1, go.
В категории, если что, у нас будет All Bosses. Ну, по сути, пройти игру, как и было задумано. Потому что в категории Any процент пропускаются первых 3 босса, и там нужно порядка минут 10-15 забираться на гору, что не очень прикольно. Ну а пока любуемся кат-сценой.
So at the beginning of this run, we just we come up to this. This is basically like a starter island that shows you all the basic mechanics of the game before you move on to the main area. Let's get going. Woo! Just me? Okay.
Играем мы здесь за лучницу, за охотницу.
Yep.
Ну и пока что, так как у нас некий туториал, мы кроме бега и прыжков ничего не можем.
And then this right here is the core of the movement in this game. They're called talismans. And what you do is you shoot them.
Сейчас нам вот впервые показывают вот эти вот талисманы, по которым нужно стрелять, и, собственно, они нас и ускоряют. С помощью такой вещи мы будем перемещаться по миру, потому что он здесь огромный. Вот мы подошли к орлице, и с ней что-то не очень.
So this right here is the mother eagle. She was the one who created everything that we are at today. And she had 4 children called the tall ones, and we'll get to see those later.
Орлица нам сказала что-то вроде какое-то зло поселилось на нашем острове и просит у лучницы помощи.
Do a neat little trick here. If you hop at a certain point there, you can skip a slow down and like a slow walk up to the tomb. It just saves a little bit of time. And this right here is called the Spirit Mask. In normal gameplay, you would use it to find your way around. It shows you where you've been. It shows you points of interest. But in the run, we only use it a couple of times.
Ну, вот эта маска, которую она надела, вообще в игре она должна будет показывать места, где мы уже были, или где, наоборот, мы должны побывать, но в самом ране это будет использоваться только несколько раз.
And so instead they give you that visor, but they made a choice not to have an overworld map, which I think is part of what makes the game cool. It fits the theme.
Также тут будут такие небольшие головоломки. Выстрелить туда, поставить то.
So this is what we do with the light stones in the game. We take them to these towers and we fill them. And what that does is it cleanses the curse from the tower. And on each level of the game there are 3 of these.
И после того, как мы, скажем так, собираем знаки орла, мы должны их отнести к вот таким вот святилищам, которые очищаются.
notice some of these talismans waiting till like that glowing line goes all the way around and you'll get a sure target, but you can also do like the half target, which is called a skill shot, and the arrow shoots straighter, which means it shoots faster, and sometimes that's really, really helpful. But it's also really hard to time if you're a noob like me who's only done the 12-hour challenge and done the run in about, I don't know, 40 minutes slower than your best time right now.
Как правило, вот таких вот тотемов, которые нужно будет активировать, будет находиться по 3 штуки.
I didn't either.
You was just auto-targeting it?
И на каждый нужно будет либо один, либо по 2 вот таких вот сигила орла.
That was brilliant. I'm still really bad at just that simple little step.
I think I accidentally went faster.
PB pace!
So this is number 2.
Так.
This game is so
Тем
good.
временем второй тотем
Beautiful
был
art style.
очищен.
Giant squid nails it once again.
Yeah, I mean,
Бежим на следующий.
there's plenty of time during this run to talk about Giant Squid and the dev Matt Nava and his, did I say his name right?
I think you did.
Okay, and his collaborations with Austrian Wintry, it's a killer combo. You've got Journey and Abzu before this. I also speedrun Journey, so I love that game to death.
And this is the last tower.
Так, и вот еще один обелиск.
So what's your interpretation of what lighting those towers does to that giant bird?
I think it's some kind of like imprisonment in a way. Or
Like the quarantine?
yeah, kind of like a spiritual curse quarantine.
No curse quarantine. That's how I always think of it now.
А
It's
если
like
что,
isolating the
орлица
curse within the body of the giant bird.
создала жизнь на вот этом острове. И, понятное дело, то, что с ней что-то нехорошо, в этом тоже нет ничего хорошего. Хех.
Yeah, true.
Но тем не менее, мы и помогли.
If we could ever find a way for that
И
giant
скоро
bird to
мы
just come
поймем,
to the end of the
что
game, I
же,
think that would be
почему так вообще произошло.
very Lord of the Rings, right? Just get the eagle to fly you there.
And here she is again. You think all is well, but
Oh, what's this?
Так, и вот он, главный злодей пришел.
he's the big bad of this game. He's responsible for everything.
Говорит, это не место для смертных.
Is this an actual language or
Ученица говорит, я держу над тобой победу.
Pretty sure
А он
Giant Squid
такой,
made up the language.
как бы не так.
and we died. Oh, restart.
Yeah.
All right, now during this first intense scene, I have to say that there's also an intense debate between you and me. I think the Godslayer sounds like Jabba the Hutt.
I don't.
Зовут этого
The Godslayer sounds like Darth Vader, but he reminds me.
He reminds me
мужчину
of Darth Vader, but I think
Godslayer,
he sounds like Jabba the Hutt.
если
So
по-русски это убийца богов.
it's a sad thing that we could be friends if it weren't for this irreconcilable difference between us.
Он уже поработил 4 других
We're gonna
богов
get
поменьше.
more exposition here.
И сейчас накостылял орлицы снова.
This lady gives me Gladriel vibes. Like the beginning of Lord of the Rings. I feel it in the water.
И прячется он на вон том замке, что наверху. Перед тем, как туда попасть, нам нужно будет освободить всех остальных существ и принести мир в эти земли.
So this is showing us like the other bosses we're going to have to defeat before we can face the God Slayer.
Yes, and these bosses are all the children of the eagle.
So we're defeating them by rescuing them, unlike Shadow of the Colossus.
It's more like a rescue mission than
Yes.
a kill them mission.
Uh-huh. Which is a nice change of pace for me.
And this
Иди,
part is one of
юная
my favorite parts of
лучница,
the game.
I think everyone
очисти духов и принеси свет. И что мы видим?
This is our new
В месте,
friend.
где была здоровая орлица, теперь вот такая вот маленькая.
names this bird something different. Sable Dragonwood calls her pickles, I believe.
And
И
what do you
это
do when you
наш,
see an animal in a video
по
game?
сути, транспорт.
Yes. I think we all know after Ruby's run yesterday.
We're gonna pet that bird.
Yay! Give it tummy rubs. Get all the
Нам обязательно
flesh off.
нужно
Mrs.
вот так вот
Potts.
погладить,
I'm not good at like time
помыть,
optimal
почистить,
bird petting
чтобы все
because
было
I just
нормально.
enjoy it so much. I just want to stay around the belly.
And this bird is gonna be our companion
Поддерживать
for the
транспорт
rest
в
of the game.
чистоте, так
Right,
сказать.
so Sable calls him pickles. What name did you?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. It's appropriate. Good pumpkin color.
Look at her hopping.
Yeah. She's just excited to be here.
So now here we start to get into a section
Но перед
of
тем, как
puzzles
нас
that shows you,
выпустят на
every-
поверхность, нужно
all the different
будет
types of
пройти
puzzles
несколько
you'll find in the
головоломок.
game.
And why were you just floating in air there so nonchalantly?
Oh, if you jump at a certain point, you'll float in the air for that little cutscene, and you save like a half a second.
Visually, it's worth it either way, I think.
Yep, just simply floating.
Yeah. And the puzzles here, this is by far my
Пока
favorite
что
aspect of the game.
предельно просто. Нужно
Puzzles are
взять
super fun.
Yeah.
вот эти блоки
And so you
и
use your bow to
поставить
solve
их на плиты.
puzzles, these weights, you shoot torches, and there's just so many to find in the game.
I think for some people who haven't
Потом
played this
еще
game, you're gonna
добавится
be
на
surprised
время,
at some of the
потом
stuff
еще
the bird does
где-то
and
нужно
what we
будет
do with the
успеть
bird as we
выстреливать.
go through the game.
Но начало игры,
This
что
bird
уж
is
тут.
really strong and can carry like a giant metal weight.
Yeah, it's hard for me not to associate the bird with Fox from Harry Potter, Dumbledore's Phoenix.
And there's something really cool the bird can do, but you'll get to see that in a
No
second.
spoilers. Hop, hop, hop. It's so cute.
So Pumpkin here is scared of these little cursed monuments, and she won't help you until you clear it yourself.
It's PTSD, really, from
Everything that happened.
yeah. Wow. Now you need to use the visor, right, to get through those like.
Right.
There's like walls that aren't really walls; they're just illusions, but you can't get through them unless you have the visor on.
Будут также вот
Then
такие вот
here, if you let go of the
проклятые
mouse,
обелиски,
it will
которые
fall
пока не
from
очистишь, к ним
So let's do that.
подлететь
Oh, I
будет
can't- I was
нельзя,
wondering how you did that
поэтому
trick, 'cause
нужно
that's
будет
so
найти
cool.
где-то рычажок,
Normally you have to go
который
all the way
где-то
back
заныкан,
around, but you just kinda cheated. The
чтобы
bird was able to
продвинуться
see and fly
дальше.
through.
And this right here is a 3D model of the entire game world. It's pretty cool.
Yep. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yep. We're walking right
Вот
to
эта вот
this.
здоровая карта
Speedrun, guys. Come on,
острова
you can't
была.
expect that of us. Is this our first corpse we come across?
No.
We already passed some. Wow, some of the hunters really stink at this game.
So here's the next cool thing. You can glide with the eagle.
Whee!
И вот нас обучили тому, что орел
So the eagle is
позволяет
also
нам
strong enough to
парить,
fly and carry you.
парить где хотим.
Just very capable.
Mhm. Oh, you can make it all the way
Также
up
можно
there.
будет сделать
I
один
remember
рывок
being
вверх.
doing that in a run.
Ну, на начало этих рывков можно
At
будет
some point,
увеличивать
I just
количество,
apologize already. I
но
just
это
hear
опять
me
же по мере
fanboying
прохождения.
at how good May is at this game as someone who's just now starting to run it, and there are things that May will do that I won't even have thought of or thought possible. even though I've studied your run to learn it myself.
And there we go, we've done it. And now we head to the mainland.
Just listen to the music here.
И отправляемся на главный остров.
Head right this way.
Oh, that's nice. You basically skipped a whole bridge, having to climb up and go through that bridge there on the left. Just made it right
И
to
вот,
next.
наконец-то, нам дают снова пострелять по талисманам,
Oh,
чтобы
now things
набирать
get real fun
скорость.
with, Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Если что,
Now
полоска
we can
снизу,
start
она
flapping. So
показывает, скажем
lots of
так,
super
скорость
cool
бега,
flying you can do with the
но
eagle on
его
this one.
нужно заряжать. То есть
That, along
попадание
with
по
the
талисману
targets,
его
is how
заряжает.
you get around.
Ну,
And
понятное
different ways of
дело,
combining
чем
them
больше
in
заряд,
different
тем
areas to do
выше
the
скорость.
best motion to navigate the
Логично.
terrain, which I still don't understand the nuances of it, and it'll just look super smooth as Mae goes through here like a pro.
Now we have entered the forest plateau. This is the first level of the game. Each level in this game is like a huge plateau that has all sorts of points of interest, puzzles, lore, tons and tons of things that you can find everywhere. If you think you found everything, you haven't.
That's true. I've platinumed it, and I'm still like spending hours just wandering around and finding new stuff.
Если что, все локации будут выглядеть вот так вот.
Looks like
Огромное
Cernos decided not to
пространство,
show up
которое
yet.
нужно
Wow,
пересечь.
that's.
Ну, здесь,
I don't think I've
понятное
seen
дело,
that at
еще
this point. We're kind of waiting for a
много
cutscene
куда
to
можно
happen before
заглянуть.
the
Но
Godslayer
мы это не
introduces
делаем,
us to
потому
the
что мы
first
тут
boss, and we
проходим
see
на
how
скорость.
angry they are.
He'll come later.
Okay. Does it make much time difference when that boss shows up?
No, not really.
И находим первый сигил.
Then those skill shots are important as you're flying, right? Because once you
Для
pull the
первого,
bow out,
собственно,
you start to
босса.
lose altitude because you're no longer holding the bird.
Если что, индикатор вверху,
So the
вот,
skill shots will slow you down
с
a bit.
головой
The arrow
птахи,
gets to the target faster,
там
lets you
один.
fly
Это значит,
further.
что нужно
You
сделать
don't
один
see this
рывок
far 'cause you're not
вверх.
holding the
То
bow as
есть
long.
Yeah.
Another light stone.
потом у нас их будет
I don't
больше.
remember the name of them now.
You didn't
Но
say the
иметь
line.
имбу
Well,
с самого начала
there's so much to
не
talk
очень
about.
интересно.
Next time.
Okay, next time.
Вернее,
Next time we
это
get to it.
интересно, но
I just have to
нам
say
не
that
разрешают
every
это
time Anna
разработчики,
jumps on one of
поэтому
those chords,
будем
it's got
постепенно
this little ring on it, and then this
качать птичку,
white
качать
string,
лук.
and I just cannot get out of my mind Woody from Toy Story, like anytime his voice cord is being pulled. So I've written down every quote from Toy Story where Woody's cord is pulled, and we're going to read some of those whenever you go up those chords for my own amusement. What? Oh, okay,
Now
here
we-
comes the cutscene. I can save that question for later.
So this is what was
Вот,
supposed to happen
приблизились к
earlier.
первому боссу.
The Godslayer will send the former gods after you to try and hunt you down.
Проснись,
and,
Сернос,
unalive
говорит
you.
Годслеер.
All right, and that. What's the name of the one in this area?
This one is named Cernos.
Cernos. And Cernos is
Но
gonna be
чтобы
this
к нему
giant angry
попасть,
cloud.
нужно включить
We're gonna
обелиски.
be avoiding the best we can in whatever way we have to. Wow, right in front of you, right here.
Yep, I'm gonna have to do the menu.
All right, so if you end up inside the cloud, you have to do like a stealth mission where you get separated from Pumpkin. Pumpkin's just lying in the field crying, and Cernos is walking around with like a spotlight looking for you, and so you have to stealthily make your way back to the bird. Takes a super long time. It's really cool and interesting, you know, in a casual playthrough, but it takes so long. No matter how many times you see that cloud, it's definitely better to just menu out of it.
Yeah, if you menu out, the cloud will disappear and move somewhere else. so it lets you keep going without having to go in the
Если что,
Alright, you ready for this?
выходили из
You're my favorite
в главное
deputy.
меню для того, чтобы там
It
пропустить
works, it
стелс-сегмент. Потому что если напрямую зайти в то облако, там нужно
He's
будет
got like his
ныкаться
whole
от
notebook
босса.
there and
I
everything.
do, I'm ready.
Это очень
Sadly,
долго,
there's only 8 of them,
и это нам не
but
нужно.
we'll get through them all definitely.
Came prepared.
Mm-hmm. Got to bring my best when you're bringing your best as one of the best runners in this game, and held the world record for like over a year.
Yep.
It was only just like super recently taken by Polecats, who's been finding some new tech for us that we'll do today too.
Что? Летим
For
дальше.
us, I've done one run, and I'm speaking like I'm a well-established part of the community.
Looks like Cernos is gonna.
Cernos,
be my
come
way
on.
again.
On some plateaus, there are like more notorious for getting in the way. In this one, what would you say? Is this usually one of the worst ones, or are you having bad luck so far? It's definitely RNG how many times you have to menu out. And of course, that
Пропустили
limits
еще
the
один
time.
стелс.
I'm having bad luck. It's just bad luck.
Boo. Come on, Cernos, this is SGDQ.
Yeah.
All right, now we're seeing our first torch puzzle, which is different from the weight puzzles. It's just about lighting all the torches. And we're not even going to wait for the light stone. It's just going to have to catch up to us.
Yeah.
Did we get it?
Если
Yes,
что,
we
там
did.
Okay. Oh, you
еще
can
одна
see the
головоломка
bottom, I just didn't see
была,
that
которая
information in there.
решилась почти сразу, где там нужно просто зажечь все факелы, выстрелив в них.
You have time for a quick donation?
Yes, we do.
All right, we have a $25 donation from D-Player that says, my favorite time of the year, looking forward to this amazing Pathless run. And what I want to actually
Расслабуха.
challenge Twitch chat for is everybody names the bird differently. Why don't you donate and tell us what you would name the bird in your playthrough?
I love it.
That sounds like a great idea.
I love it. Reach for the sky. I hope this doesn't get old. Wow.
Look at the eagle just hanging out, just sitting next to us.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
So we only need one light stone for each of these towers, but the next two sections will need 2 light
Так,
stones.
и
We'll be
вот,
doing more
наконец-то,
stuff to get them.
эти тотемы, обелиски, вернее,
After this point, each of
правильно
the towers will
называть,
require 2.
были очищены, и мы можем наконец-то встретиться с первым боссом.
By filling all these towers, as we have exposed Cernos and made him vulnerable to us.
Босс довольно
So it's
простой,
kind of like the
если не
tables
умирать.
returning moment here, where Cernos was hunting us, and now we are hunting Cernos.
The hunted becomes the hunter, which,
And this is one of the coolest sections in the game, easily,
yeah,
with amazing music.
yeah. There's so much time to talk about the game. I like being silent when we've got these cool, intense moments with beautiful music.
Yeah.
Why am I still talking? Be quiet. Joe.
Туча очень противная, тут лететь не видно ничего. Но внутри все более-менее проясняется. И вот сейчас начинается погоня за боссом. Несмотря на то, что движемся чуть ли не с максимальной скоростью, догнать его все равно остается проблемой, так этот гад еще и отстреливается фаерболами.
There is some rubber banding, so you don't have to necessarily be perfect to do this pretty fast. But if you miss one of the talismans, if you get slowed down, it can hurt a little bit.
Ну и у каждого босса по бокам, как правило, будут расположены такие глаза. Их, понятное дело, нужно отстрелить. Первый пошел, второй
So we're
пошел.
weakening Cernos by hitting these soft spots on his body. There's
А
three on
еще
each
некоторые
side.
будут
Just
так
depends
вот
on how many
прыгать,
legs they have, basically,
пускать
right?
огненные
How many
волны по
weaknesses
земле.
they
Это
have.
просто
So the easiest way is to do all on one
увернуться,
side, then there's
прыгнув.
like then the boss will take off a little more and start doing some more defensive measures, shooting stuff at you or doing something to, yeah, there they come. And you gotta catch back up, while avoiding these and make it to the other side. You lose time here, but it isn't life or death, because in this run, much like Journey and Abzu, you can't actually die. But it doesn't take away from the intensity, I think, especially with music like this by Austin Wintory, which is so good.
Так, и еще 3. Погнали.
Get him, pumpkin.
И
That's
теперь
phase
главный
one.
залп прям в пузяку.
Which means you'll have to applaud even louder.
Казалось бы, босс побежден, но нет, это только первая фаза.
So each of these bosses is this chase sequence, and then they each have their own unique boss fight.
The brass here.
Как правило,
Every single time you hear brass in this
после
game,
того, как
something
мы
bad's
побеждаем его в первый раз, мы будем драться уже с каждым боссом на какой-то определенной арене.
It's just so cool. Are you gonna try the new?
happening. No,
No. Okay.
not this time.
Fair enough. Doing great, by the way, so far. I believe you're 70 minutes ahead of me at this point.
Какая живучая гадина. А, во, все, второй залп прошел. Казалось бы, побежден? Нет, это была только вторая фаза. Сейчас будет третья. Босс поддал жару. Теперь арена стала меньше.
Many different other attacks you could do, but if you get up close, it's much faster.
Ну, пока он заряжает свой фаербол, нужно его
That's it.
разломать и потом попасть боссу в глаз. И вот все, четвертой фазы не будет. Их тут только 3. И вот делаем вот такой вот скидыш. Делаем очищение. Снимаем проклятие этого Годслеера. Кто же это был? Это был олень.
And this is Cernos in his true form.
Олень, здравствуйте. Орлица, здравствуйте. Вы меня спасли. Держите вот такую вот стрелу, говорит олень. Запульните ее в небо, и все земли неподалеку очистятся от скверны. И по здоровому счетчику боссов, который стоит на карте, можно заметить, что один ушел в туман. И кое-где, где вот стоит вот такой вот разрушенный мост, появился проход. Вот, собственно, туда мы сейчас и будем бежать.
Now would be a good time for some donations.
Absolutely. We've got some people donating for what they would name their bird, because everybody names their bird something different in this game. We have a $75 donation from Sass saying, loving the Pathless run so far. Sancho Panda and MaeTheDKC are delightful. And this game is a masterpiece. Thanks for a gentle
Что
start
после
to our day.
победы над
Donating to name our beautiful
боссом
bird,
у нас появился еще один заряд у
And we have
орла,
a
скажем
$5
так.
donation from Flexi5 saying my bird
Теперь мы
name.
можем 2 раза
Call
сделать
chicken
подъем
wing.
вверх, с которого,
Somebody's ready
собственно, мы
to
бы и не
munch on that.
попали на
Oh
этот
gosh,
мост
my dog is
разрушенный.
above that one.
I think someone's hungry.
Going on to some other donations, we have a $50 donation from Sparkle Brothers saying, thank you very much for these days full of great entertainment and amazing speed runs. Looking forward to the Pathless speed run because what an amazing game. Greetings from Germany. And we have a $50 donation from Michael saying, I loved the movement in the Pathless casually, so I'm looking forward to seeing someone good at the game never touch the ground.
Whoops.
Oh, sorry about that.
We have not yet figured out that route.
You're getting close, though.
Yeah.
I feel it coming. We have a $25 donation from Rin saying, won't be able to watch the whole run, but I'd like to thank you for showing off such a beautiful game. Remember, the VODs exist, so you can watch the rest later. And we do have a $50 donation
Пока
from
что
Calvary,
мы
and I don't know
бежим
if
из
this is
пункта А в
possible,
пункт
but
Б.
they say, pet the burb. Do we pet the bird again, or was that the
Зачитывают
only
пока
time we
донаты.
pet?
Говорят,
In the run, usually
спасибо
that's the
раннеру
only time that we pet
за
the bird.
по-
But we'll see.
прохождение этой игры. Что там были слова за то, чтобы не касаться пола, но это, по-моему, слишком. Вот нам представляют второго босса. Его зовут Сауро. Без «Н». Сауро.
The beginning is the only time where petting the
Такой
bird is
вот
the only thing you can do.
штуковина, похожая на динозавра.
We're gonna start the first puzzle of this, and it didn't work.
Oh.
It's okay.
You're trying to be really quick with the visor to do it quickly.
Хотя тут все, в принципе, боссы, походу, же на динозавра, так что...
No shame in going for gold.
Ну, короче, не суть. Второй босс. Нам его представили. Несложно догадаться, что с ним надо сделать. Его надо победить.
Hole in the window instead.
Но перед этим нужно решить кое-какие головоломки.
Oh, is that faster?
Yes, it is.
Решаем головоломку, получаем сигил.
I found it
Бежим
during
дальше.
casual playthrough.
Oh, you minx. So normally you're supposed to turn around, hit this target, and it creates an updraft to help you fly out through the top of that building. How much time do you think that saved?
A few seconds.
Что-то хотел сказать, но я забыл, поэтому не скажу.
He's in the worst possible spot.
Of course. I mean, I think they realize it's SGDQ, so they're trying to get as much screen time as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, loud. He
Тем
coming.
временем была еще одна головоломка с зажиганием этих факелов. По идее, нужно было ее делать снизу вверх. Казуально,
As you
но
menu out, I think
сверху
it's-
вниз
it's
намного
worth
проще.
noting that on
Целиться
PC
там,
and on
выцеливать
PS5,
почти не нужно.
How much time do you think that takes? Like 5-7 seconds, somewhere in there?
Yeah, not very long at all.
Yeah, I play on PS4, and my first menu out and getting back into the game took 30 seconds, and it averages in a game that's only RTA timed. It's I'm really thinking about switching to PC, even though I already bought the game.
Join the dark side.
I mean, it's just within 2 quit outs, I'm a minute behind, but I'm not bitter. It's still a great game, and it's been a lot of fun to learn. All right. And that puzzle, I don't think we described that one yet. Do you have terms for like the different types? We have like the torch puzzles, the weight puzzles. This one, it's more like how many of those hoops you have to line up to shoot through.
Yeah, that was a weight and hoops puzzle.
Weight and hoops.
Если что, в воздухе тоже будут иногда заныканы такие талисманы,
This
в
one right
которых
here, we have a
можно
little
выстрелить
interesting
и
thing that lets
ускориться.
us skip most of the puzzle.
Ну, конечно, можно стрелять и в те, что снизу,
Oh,
но
right, yeah. So this is another torch puzzle, but
те,
because
что
of the
на Земле, не
architecture and
всегда
location
можно
of the
будет
torches,
достать.
you're
Потому что
supposed
там
to
будут
light, I
такие
think,
моменты,
about
когда
6 or
будем очень
7 and
высоко в
constantly
небе.
searching for the angle to make it to the next one. We're only going to have to light 2 because of this shortcut that you guys found.
What you
That
do
was
is you stand
smooth.
right here, jump up, and that's it.
And that hit the middle. That probably saves like 20 seconds or more.
I don't know how we found that, but we did.
Or who found it?
I actually don't know who found that one. I think
Shout outs to whoever found it.
it's a pretty old trick.
Yeah, that's true. And again, since this is pathless, there's so many ways to make it from A to B, and you're doing one of the fun ones, which is
This one is so weird, but
yeah,
super cool.
whoop, just abusing the architecture of this tower to make it up to this next plateau instead of going all the way around. And then, ooh. Oh, and we just got a
Забрались в
great
пузо
display of how
вот этой здоровой
the
статуи,
boss
чтобы
likes to
сделать
hop
скип
around and
жестко.
find you. Oh, it's like,
It's too close, yeah.
that was so close.
I have a donation here from somebody who might have found some of this tech.
Hmm.
Second. We have a $25 donation from Polecast that says,
Опять же,
"Good luck on your
пропускаем
run, May.
ненужный
Sorry for
долгий
dropping
стелс
so much tech a week before GDQ."
и сразу наверх
Yeah, shout out to Paul.
очищать вот эти обелиски.
Good timing too, Polecats. You ate one of my quotes of Woody there. We got a lot to go, a lot of time to go though. All right, now where are we headed? Because this is kind of hidden.
We're going to this big tree right here.
Yeah, so some of these talismans are hidden in simple or some of those light stones are hidden in simple puzzles. Some of them are in really complex puzzles. Unfortunately, those take a long time, so we won't get to see them here. So if you're like a puzzle platformer lover like I am, you're gonna adore playing this game if you haven't yet. And then some are just kind of hiding, like this one. I'd imagine there's a number of people who were trying to go for getting every single light stone on the level, and that tree one was the last one they found.
Yeah.
Because you can't even see it glowing sometimes from certain angles. But these plateaus are so massive. What percent of the game would you say we're actually getting to see in this run where we're not even getting half of the light stones in each area?
Just a tiny, tiny sliver of the game. This game is absolutely massive. It's definitely one of the most impressive
еще
indie games I've ever
головоломки.
seen.
I keep forgetting it's an indie game.
К сожалению, сказать-то и нечего. Бегаем, стреляем.
All right, here you go. There's a snake in my boots. Can you talk about that glowing thing on your left?
Да?
What's that?
Второй обелиск.
Those are little spirit orbs. They contain dialogue from the people. It's basically like their last words before they died, which is pretty grim, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of lore to be found in those. That's one of the main
Yes.
ways this game delivers you lore.
Что?
Yeah.
Летим к третьему.
Some of them are just kind of like quick and sad, like tell mom I love her. But you learn, like, as you read them, you learn there were kind of different factions among these people, and there was a war that broke out, and there were people who really believed in what the Godslayer was doing, and people who were just
У меня
following
все-таки
out of
есть
fear,
пара
and people who
вопросов
were
к
trying to
этой
fight
игре.
against them, and
Что первый,
it's
что
just kind of
делали
neat to
огромные
get the
скелеты
feel
слева,
that
каких-то слонов просто
the
валяясь
epicness of what was going on as you
на поле.
try and hunt
А
down each of
второй,
these soldiers as
что
you
делал
attack them.
скелет человека в начальной
It might
пещере
be a good
после
idea
Орлицы?
later in the run if we have some time to go through the story of the Godslayer.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. Also, this town ain't big enough for the two of us.
And this is going to be the last tower.
Если что, не нужно отвечать. Это риторический вопрос. Тем временем мы добрались до третьего обелиска. И, наконец-то, мы можем пойти к следующему
Alright, and
боссу.
this tall one is called
Sorrow.
Sorrow.
His curse form, big. I just call him a giraffe,
Giraffe.
but he's supposed to be like a dinosaur.
Yeah, more like a brontosaurus. I see giraffe too, though.
This one is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, this fight is particularly unique. Unlike most of the
Иди
others where
и напомни
there's a lot
Сауру,
of direct
кем он
combat
был,
with the monster
говорит
after
нам
the
орлица.
call one after the chase phase. With this one, there's going to be some really cool
Но мы
interactions
туда
with
не
the
идем,
environment,
мы
which
туда
again reminds me
летим,
a bit
а?
of Shadow of the Colossus, where interacting with the environment sometimes is what helps you defeat the bosses.
Бунтарский дух, так сказать.
Be quiet
The
for a
double
bit.
bass here is so nice.
I'm under the impression that you've listened to this soundtrack once or twice. Is that correct?
That'd be putting it mildly.
Стратегия та же.
You say you listen to it
Уворачиваемся
every
от
day?
того, что он у нас
Almost.
пуляет. Подпрыгиваем, если он топает по земле. Догоняем и бьем в глаз.
Oh, nice. So you cut off when it slams its feet and does the blast on the ground.
Первые два глаза отлетели с правой стороны.
Now each of them does a different sort of defensive measure after the
Сейчас
first
нужно
part of the
догнать,
base phase
повторить
when they take off
операцию, но
again.
уже
Which
с
one do
левой
you
его
find to be the
стороной.
hardest to avoid?
Either this one or Kumo's.
Oh, right. So this one hits like the ground and then it does a circle blast.
Yeah.
The hitbox for the actual hitting the ground isn't too hard to avoid, but that blast, at some point you're going to get close enough to it that the blast is going to be behind you and you're just going to have to do a blind jump as the ring.
А здесь к фаерболу еще добавляется вот такая вот волна.
But this one, eventually, you just got to know the timing of
Look
exactly.
at that.
Just
That's
like
so cool. Good
you
job.
got to know the timing of when exactly to jump.
И судя по комментариям, если от
Wow, that was great.
самого фаербола
Finding you
уклониться
jumping
легко,
over the
то
river there. You're making it
с
look easy, but
волной
this is
могут
not easy.
возникнуть проблемы, которые от него исходят.
I got hit, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ну, типа такого.
Get
Но
'em
только
coming
это
in.
был топот, ну да
All
ладно.
right, phase one, mild
Пыщ
claps.
в пузо.
Mild claps.
Mild.
That's
И
good. Gotta pace yourself.
падает
Slow,
босс.
long speed run. Make sure to use some hand lotion every once in a while.
Теперь идем на нижнюю руну 1 на
There's
1.
ropes here. Sorrow was the god of war.
Ну, каким-то чудом успел
Was there
регенить
is there
себе
a
глаза.
particular moment to shoot that second one when it was already
Но
open?
это не проблема, благо стрелы бесконечные.
No, I just opened the and
Okay.
shot as soon as I could.
Okay.
I just have to
Boom.
wait for the
В голову.
indicator to show that I can shoot it. Has to wait to pop up.
All right, so
Опять же,
Sorrow's
это
really
была
mad
только
'cause
первая
he's
фаза.
lost some
Сейчас
of his
будет
power
вторая.
Yep.
and is asking the
Now he's gonna cheat and
yeah, come on.
get some power from the God Slayer.
Почувствуй мощь Сауру.
I hope you like red.
Сожги эту лучницу, говорит Годслеер.
So there's actually a really hard timing right here. Let's see.
Ну,
if I
босс
can get it.
подрубает режим
It's
берсерка.
self-explanatory. I'll just
Но
let you
так как
focus.
он нас запулил туда, куда не может продвинуться, он об этом сильно пожалеет. Сейчас он будет дышать огнем, от которого нужно уворачиваться вот за препятствиями.
Right here. Oh, it's good. Oh,
I got it.
all right. I'll save my quotes for the tower. I'm into this right now. So, yeah,
Ну и
we're
чтобы
taking
его
away the
победить, нужно
power-ups.
потушить вот эти вот 3 здоровых факела. Не знаю их правильное название.
Oh, well done. Normally, casually, all of these take way
Так,
more
второй
cycles, as
готов.
it's like hitting you, and you're trying to be super careful not to get hit. One more to go.
The final stage of
Ну,
this
и
fight
остался
is-
последний.
Yeah, it's gonna be bananas.
It's quite a treat to look at.
One of the things I love about the Pathless is the way it combines so many things from the other games that they've made in a unique way. So if you've ever played Journey, this feels very similar to close to the end of the snow level, except it's flame instead, where you're trying to avoid the wind gusts. Just to see them employ that same mechanic in a such different
Так,
way,
подбираемся.
so cool, so creative.
Подбираемся. Бум.
Is it over?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, this part, so cool.
Что, думали, победили? Нет, еще одна фаза.
Oh, nice job sneaking that shot in.
В этот раз нельзя касаться земли, от слова совсем.
Whoa.
What was that camera thing, Shift? Did that just
Благо
happen
тут
to me?
ветер вверх поднимает.
That was a little camera glitch, but
Yeah.
there you go. That's our.
И еще один хедшот. Наконец-то валит его с ног. Пол — это лава, да, действительно. Еще один магический скидыш
And
очищения.
we're gonna see what
И
Sorrow's true
второй
form
босс
is.
спасен. Кто же это был?
Yay! Komodo dragon?
Здоровый ящер.
My brain just goes big lizard.
Okay. I've been watching too much Wildcrats with my daughter. That's my problem.
Здравствуйте, мистер Ящер. Дайте нам стрелу, пожалуйста. И мы двинемся дальше, потому что у нас еще два босса. Ну, если не считать самого последнего.
So we've got another lengthy trek to the next plateau area. It's another good time for donations.
Yeah, so we got a lot of bird names here that I can go through.
Yes.
Yes.
So we got a $25 donation from Uncle Catman that says, that bird looks like a Tobias to me. We have $15 from Storm Spirit that says, I'd call my bird Sergeant Squeakers.
I like that name.
We have a $12.31 donation from Matt Advance that says, just woke up and looking forward to another day of GDQ. Best of luck, May, on those absolutely gorgeous games. Oh, and I would 100% name the bird Ricky B Dog just to mess with my friend and college roommate that introduced me to GDQ. We have a $10 donation from Knuckles saying, love this game. As a matter of fact, I love all the games that are made and published by Annapurna Interactive. Good luck to the runner. When I played this game, I named my bird Zazu. Hope you know where that came from. I think Woody would know.
Итак, что же дало нам победа
We
над
have a
боссом?
$25 donation from the
Ответ
Sound
прост.
Defense,
Power
saying,
up.
after watching how the bird helps you out in your adventure,
Плюс
I think the
1.
most appropriate name is Kazooie.
Подъем в воздух
Good luck.
на орле.
Oh, those two are good.
Ну и, понятное дело,
We have a
проход
$25
в
donation from
закрытую
Glasgow
раннюю зону.
Cerberus saying, I named the bird Hannah because, as we all know, Hannah spelled backwards is race car.
I agree.
We do have a $25 donation from Hype's Divisaur. I probably pronounced it wrong. I apologize. This game is so beautiful, I had to donate. Thanks to MaeTheDKC for showing it to us. And we also have a $5 donation, which is a question from Shral. So you're saying there's a chance of bird pets?
There is a chance.
Is there a chance? Twitch chat's been good. I've been watching, so
Good?
yeah, they've been
All right.
good. So I
Okay.
think they deserve some bird pets.
Let's do it. You see the bird, you pet the bird.
Yeah.
Yay. I like how the birds.
Время гладить орла.
Where you go.
Орлицу, вернее.
You can also interact with the other wildlife.
Это была очень важная часть геймплея.
If you're running past animals that start like in the direction they're running, and you do some skill shots especially, they'll start to keep up with you. There's actually a trophy for having I think 6 animals at the same time running along with you. It's really cute. All right, so what's this area we're entering?
This is the Great Plains. This is where the goddess Nemu lives.
You know, I don't think we mentioned it, but you probably just noticed from watching the game. Each time we defeat one of the, or free, excuse me, one of the tall ones, we get an extra flap from the bird. Which again, you know, reminds me a lot of Journey, how as you collect the symbols in Journey, it gives you more flaps. I wonder if we'll see any other nods to Abzu in here. I've been mentioning Journey a lot. What do you think?
Hee hee. That's what I think.
May comments with the mischievous laugh, and I'm all for it. All right, new type of puzzle. What do we call this one?
This is the combination puzzle.
Combo puzzle. Oh yeah, like a combination safe. I like it.
Вот она представляет третьему боссу. Нимue.
Nimu has become this
Нимю.
crazy-looking hydra.
Ниме. Не знаю.
So we're hitting those first ones once, we're hitting the second ones twice, and it matches up the symbol.
Что-то ГДК себя немного плохо почувствовала. Все, отвисло. Там нам до этого показали еще один вид пазла, комбинации. Там нужно как-то по-хитрому из лука стрелять в нужные ящички.
That might be the song.
That might be the song. Still trying to figure out what my parody
Так
song
что-то
for the
ГДК
Pathless
не
would
очень
be.
себя
Try to make one for every
чувствует.
speedrun. And I've also
Просто
promised to make one for you for your stream.
1 кадр в секунду. Скипаем фреймы, так сказать.
Let's see if she'll be nice.
So does Nimue like to pop in front in this particular place sometimes?
Yep.
We'll see. There's some RNG to it, but it also tends to end up being predictable. Sometimes we're like, yeah, but we knew that was gonna happen. How's that?
It's great. Luck is on my side today.
All right. I remember this one being one of the ones where one of the areas where they're getting in the way a lot. There's more hoop puzzles. All right, now Nimue is behind you, but fortunately, if you're running away, like directly away from a tall one as they chase you, you won't have to menu out. You'll be able to get enough distance where they don't pursue anymore. You're off the radar for the moment. Gosh, this music just like kicks in at certain moments, and it always surprises me, but takes my breath away. It's so good.
Did we run away well enough? I think we did.
Yay!
Ох-ох-ох.
You know what I think?
Бежим настолько быстро, что прорезаем пространство и время.
We're cleansing all of these lands. They've all been poisoned.
Now we turn around and do, I'm gonna need to menu.
Yeah, because go ahead and explain what you're doing here. This next trick is really, really cool.
This next trick is one of the hardest things we do in this game. You have to jump from here, glide above this little dark area, and land in a tiny little corner to land right next to the light stone.
Right, because inside that cloud, Pumpkin cannot flap.
Yep.
And so we're trying to avoid doing some platforming to reach that spot.
This one is also really hard to do in the rain, so let's see what we can do.
Oh,
Damn.
perfect. Good job. That was really, really good.
And we wait for that to pop, and then we menu so we don't have to pet the eagle. I know, I'm
Ну,
sorry.
приземлились, кстати, нормально. Тут проблема с вот этим вот сигилом была в том, что в этом черном облаке нельзя управлять орлом, скажем так. У нас отключают полет. Поэтому нужно наверх приземляться осторожно.
I just want to jump in here right quick and just remind everybody we want to hear what you'd name your bird. So please get your donations in the next break. We'll tell everybody what you said.
All right, this is a good place to see what the soldiers have to say.
Maybe we'll just say hi to one.
Yeah, there's one in particular that's my favorite, and that'll be the one we talk to.
Еще одна головоломка со стрельбой по ящичкам. Набиваем нужную комбинацию. Идем в тайничок. Забираем значок. Идем на шашлычок к боссу.
Here it is. I knew my path might end here, but I wish the Pathfinder put more effort into solving the puzzle. Yeah.
I just love that. It's like just using us as cannon fodder to trigger the traps instead of actually trying to solve the puzzles. That's so great.
Да.
Like,
Показывают, трупы лежат предыдущих охотников.
Stop being so lazy.
Один из них говорит, ну, вот, воспоминаний. То, что, о, надеюсь, найдется охотник, который решит этот пазл.
All our rehearsing has paid off.
And now we just have one more puzzle and tower on this one. Now would be a good time for some donations.
All right, well, we have a $25 donation from Pumpkin with just some happy bird sounds.
I love it.
We have an $8 donation from Grandpa saying, we're super happy and proud to see you on here. You're doing such a good job, even though none of us have any idea what's happening. We think the bird should be named Rat God from Grandpa, Friend Buddy, and the rest of the Discord server. We have a $25 donation from Kita saying, ever since I was a child playing Pokemon, I've always named my bird companions Pancake.
Another P one. I've had this. P tends to be a letter that people like to use for naming their bird.
I think in the community we got like pumpkin, pickles, pepperjack,
peanut.
Что?
Peanut.
Продолжаем бежать.
Yeah, this one doesn't begin with a P. The donator does.
Сейчас нужно будет забрать еще один сигил и уже к последнему обелиску.
Lots of good ideas.
Remember, y'all, keep your donations coming in and let us know what you would name your bird in the Pathless.
All right, we got all the light stones we need, right? We're headed to the final tower.
Yep.
And what's the name of this tall one again in this area?
This one is named Nemu.
Oh yeah, I was singing the song earlier. Wow, short memory. I'm down to my last Woody quote. So for those of you who are tired of it, this is lit, I promise. Don't tune out. We got to get this wagon train moving. Just put my notebook over here.
And that is the conclusion of an era.
Так, ну что же, вот и третий обелиск. Наконец-то. Теперь можно двигаться к боссу, чтобы его одолеть.
The camera shake with the roar. Nice touch.
This chase sequence is personally my favorite because mostly the music.
All right. We'll let the music play for a while.
Ну, залетаем в шторм и бежим за боссом. Все то же самое. У нас будут лететь фаерболы, и мы будем от них уворачиваться.
I love the woodwind here.
I believe this is a bamboo flute.
Austin Wintory, you evil genius. So versatile. Like, this music is so different from Journey and Abzu. Gosh, but it's still so good. The left side.
Так,
See what kind of
слева
defensive measures we get here.
минус 2 глаза. Теперь с правой стороны.
We're trying to do skill shots to keep up on this one, right?
Yes.
Which is really tough. These ones kind of heat seek on you, so you can't just get out of the way easily all the time with these shots. All right, that's first phase. Some golf claps.
Так, финальный залп. Теперь эта гидра
Now we get to
повержена
the phase that
в первый
actually
раз.
was by far the hardest and
Сейчас
most
пойдем
frustrating
драться
for me.
на арену.
And it shows you that
С
there
несколькими
are, well, if
фазами.
you're bad at it, like I was, shows you that there are penalties for getting hit. Even though you can't die, you can get knocked out of the arena and it will reset the whole phase. So these Hydra have different types of attacks that they do, and you've just got to be able to read the body language to do it well. May, you've done this how many times now?
Probably hundreds of times.
Hundreds of times, so you just do it instinctively. All right, that's the first. And there's a thing
Это
called
просто у
Mini
нее
Whisk. You
отлетают
didn't set
головы
that up this time, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so
для такой
you
страшной
explain that?
зверюки.
So there's this really, really weird thing that happens. We have no idea why. But if you play through the Nemu boss fight from a save and then start a new run,
Так, и сейчас
this
будет,
upcoming phase of the fight gets completely skipped.
возможно, будет скип.
And it's just a minute of time off.
But we're gonna go ahead. We'll see that phase, and this will be the end of phase 2. 2 heads are better than 1, and 7 are better than 4, I guess. And these are random, right? Like the order
А,
that these
нет,
attacks
не
go in.
получилось.
Um,
А то просто может быть
somewhat,
такое,
I think.
что ну, у босса 3 фазы,
I've seen 2 swipes in a row.
и
Neither, actually.
вторую фазу можно
So even though
скипнуть
there were 7, you
полностью.
still only had to hit
Я
4.
так и не понял, как это сетапится.
We're back. We have to do it again.
Но тем не менее это сейвит.
Oh,
Сколько?
This
Примерно
one
минуту.
you have to
Least favorite.
Чуть больше.
go.
yeah, while avoiding the flames on the floor as well.
То
Yep.
есть
And as you
просто
hit these
камера
heads, if,
появляется, что типа
if
сейчас
they hit
уже
you after you've done some
нужно
progress,
будет активно
heads will go
уворачиваться,
back,
и нет,
and you'll
босс
lose
сразу
time.
падает, и появляется
Yeah.
кат-сцена перехода на третью фазу.
You cannot mess up on this
But,
one.
but again, you'd be skipping all of this whole phase, both parts of it. All right,
Pumpkin, there she goes.
so that was kind of phase 2, and now we're into phase 3. So phase 2, yay! Good job with that too. That was perfect. You didn't get hit a single time.
Вот такое вот должны были мы увидеть, если бы скипнули фазу.
You'll get there.
I will.
Now this one is just a game of avoiding the giant fire lasers.
Yes, I feel embarrassed for Nimue here to have all of those heads and still miss you. Like none of them's coming in from an angle to do any good. Really intimidating looking though.
Теперь добавляется лава,
Almost there.
нужно уворачиваться еще от выстрелов вот таких вот за стенами. Зачем босс их призвал, непонятно. Но мы не против. Спасаем орлицу, делаем пыщ и спасаем зверушку.
Squeaker.
Rat King, what was another one?
Rat God.
Rat God. For some reason that made me think of like the flying rats from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. If you could do a mod where that was your bird, that would be so cool. And this one's true form?
Just a snake.
Snake. Snake.
Like a cobra.
Огромная змея. Кобра. Держи стрелу. Пульни ею в небо. И это был третий босс.
All right, and so that's the three big plateau areas that we did. That opens up the next section, and it also opens up more time for donations as we have another journey to make.
Absolutely. Once again, we are soliciting donations of what you would name your bird here in the Pathless.
Вот, здоровый обелиск, который был заражен, наконец-то очистился. И нам открывается проход дальше.
We have a $25 donation from Agent P saying, I'd name my bird Marahoot after the eagle from Rescuers Down Under.
Oh, that's a good one.
Love this run. I'd never heard of this game before, and it is beautiful.
And it's on sale.
We have a $5 donation from Ishala saying, just started Legends Arceus and named my Rowlet Ike. But seems like
в донатах все так же продолжают рассказывать имена, как они называли вот эту орлицу. Что-то там уже туча, на самом деле, этих донатов залетела.
Would you say that, May? You'd probably just say, no, watch my whole run. What are you thinking? Sancho, get off the couch. Stop being selfless. This is our time to shine.
And I do have a $25 donation from Hex Flareheart, which this makes me regret asking. I would name this burb Goose. Honk.
All right, so here we're coming up on a place where we can skip a cutscene, but May, out of the generosity of your heart, you've decided
Кто-то назвал свою птицу гусь. Ок.
Yeah, this cutscene that we would skip has a super important like narrative point, so I think it would, for the benefit of everyone, it would be nice to see.
Right. So normally you like go off to the right and find a place where you land on the mountain and run up the side to avoid the cutscene. And it's a good thing to avoid in the any percent anyways, because in this cutscene we're also going to lose a flap, and you avoid losing that flap.
Кодслеер, я не позволю тебе уничтожить этот мир. Никто не может стоять на пути моего ритуала. А вот этот орел интересный, говорит Кодслеер, и навязывается на драку. Давай, сдавайся и отдай мне птичку. Глупый охотник, ты что, не видишь, что этот мир поломан? Пока ты бродила по этим землям, ты не чувствовала себя одинокой? Типа рассказывают, что боги не такие уж и боги. Остановись, говорит она, не трогай птичку. А он такой: ничто не остановит меня к моему вознесению. Этому миру нужен порядок. Люди будут молить о одном истинном пути, которому они могут следовать. Я создам один настоящий путь для мира.
Yeah, and I think on this next level, I can take some time to explain
Please do.
where he came from and how he got to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. But first we gotta make sure Pumpkin's okay.
Or Pumpkin's making sure we're okay.
Oh, mutual.
Как говорил Макс Пейн, если единственный выбор оказывается неверным, то это не выбор, а судьба.
A little bit, but it's not going to be too bad.
Okay. Not at your skill level.
Her youngest, strongest child, this one is. And right here we have some time for donations.
Вот нас представили еще одному боссу. Как говорит орлица, самое юное мое дитя и самое сильное.
And we have a $5 donation from ND saying, Austin Wintory is one of my favorite video game composers, and Giant Squid makes some of the most visually stunning games I know of. Good afternoon from Israel, and I would name the bird Hunji.
They're gravitating towards these P names. I love it.
Lots of P names.
We have a $5 donation from Bees saying, hooray for May, hooray for May, hooray for May, you got this. And we also have a $50 donation from Zero Crates saying, what a beautiful game. Thank you for playing. We have a $5 donation from Anonymous saying, I was going to say Athena, but it is not an owl, so it should be Altair instead.
Вот мы попадаем в тундру.
And we have a $10 donation from Lemon Carrots saying, I would name my bird Traveler in honor of the Journey inspiration for this game.
Сюда можно попасть с самого начала игры, но придется очень-очень долго карабкаться по скале. Ну, это уже другая категория, any процент.
Just a little. So that's Kumo. He's just a monstrosity.
Too many appendages, if you ask me.
Вот она, последняя зверюга, которую нужно победить.
And this is the mountain tundra. It's easily.
Но не сейчас, к ней еще нужно попасть.
It's huge. It's
got some great puzzles in it.
Идем искать.
Sometimes this tall one gets in the way for me right here. How about you? Because you're on a much faster pace. As we head left.
Well, usually in the cutscene skip, if you time it at the right time, he usually doesn't get in the way right here, but it looks like we're good for now. All right, I'm going to try and sneak in an explanation of the God Slayer real quick. So the God Slayer, he started as this person who lived and grew up on this island, and he was thrown in a prison in the Forest Plateau for his ideology. But he was super charismatic, like incredibly charismatic, and he attracted a lot of people to his cause, and he took on the name of the Pathfinder. After he did that, his followers broke him out of the prison, and they ended up waging war on the island. And so he moved his way up the island. He got something called the Mask of the Ancients, which was supposed to let him see the world as the tall ones do. But when he put the
Так,
mask on,
что там,
he
починилось
saw
все,
nothing
надеюсь?
and had a bit of a meltdown.
He was expecting illumination, expecting the path, the way to be revealed to him.
Yep, and he found nothing. So at that
Да,
point, he
похоже на то.
decided that he had to make his own for everyone to follow. He made his way up to the mountain tundra and took a weapon called the Sun Sword. And at
Так,
that
ну,
time, he realized that
что? Пока что все то
in
же
order
самое.
to create his once
Ничего не
path, he
поменялось.
had
Мы
to
бежим к обелискам.
destroy the
Тем
gods,
временем,
the old
пока
guard,
тут
basically.
были
And so he took on the
неполадки,
name of
собрали два
Godslayer,
сигила.
climbed his way back down the plateaus and slayed every single god and cursed the land. After that happened, lots of time passed. Many hunters sent from afar come to the island to try and stop him, and they all fail. And we play as the last one.
I was really concerned the cloud was going to start chasing you as you did that, right when it was just sitting right behind you.
So that's the story of the Godslayer.
It's a good story. It's always compelling when you have a villain who
Вот, получили
believes in what
третий.
they're doing and isn't just like, ha, I'm evil.
Там такая была небольшая загадка. Не знаю, не загадка. Нужно было, в общем, выстрелить так, чтобы не попало по стенкам.
It's a little bit tight with 3 flaps, but it's fine.
Yeah, you still
То
got
они
it,
там
that's right.
крутятся и мешают стреле нормально пролететь.
So yeah, I love the Godslayer. I think he's a great villain, and his motivations make sense in the game world, and everything is super great. However, we are now on a mission to take him down.
Woohoo, and we are getting super close. We've got 1 light stone left and 1 more tall one. Uh-oh.
I actually don't know if that's going to get me.
I know, because it's
Обелиск
like right below you.
очищен.
This is
Бежим
interesting.
дальше.
We'll see what happens.
Can it rise up to chase you?
I don't believe it can.
This is so cool and so weird at the same time. I've never seen this.
I've
This is
never
beautiful.
seen this before either.
What? That like sea of red from above?
It is chasing me.
Oh, no! Get out of there!
I'm trying. No, it's going to get me.
Ah.
At this point, there's nothing I can do. I just have to...
Well, that was still really cool. I mean, as far as like that has never happened before, I love
Главное,
that you
чтобы
tried
сейчас
that
вот это
instead of just
красное
playing it
облако
safe,
их...
and now we get to see what
А.
stealth missions are like and how they really do eat up so much time. So thank you, May. That was
Except I'm
really
going to
cool.
try and get spotted immediately to save time.
Oh, okay. Well, I take back everything I said.
Опять же, it never happened before момент.
I'm right here.
Hey!
I'm right,
Hey!
right here.
Hey! Oh, okay, there we go.
So that's
Сейчас
what
нужно
happens if you get
прятаться.
spotted.
Knocks you back.
Your goal in those sections is to make your way back to the eagle. Oh, you guys are going to like this.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. What do we have to do here? Menu out?
No, I'm going to pet the eagle. No, wait. In a little bit.
Actually, you don't need to do it yet.
Not right now.
Because the eagle already loses its powers in this clouded area, so...
In this... Yep, but...
We'll still pet it. You made a promise.
I've made a promise
You
now.
have to
It'll
be
happen.
a person of your word now.
So this is one of the dark puzzles, one of, I think, only 2 that we do in this
Так,
game,
я не
where you
особо
don't have the
понял,
eagle to
что там пошло совсем не так, но походу
help you.
в случае поражения
That was great.
в этом вот стелс-сегменте
In
И нужно скрываться от монстра.
Yay.
What do you do
Вот
when you see an animal in a
ударил
video
моб,
game?
и мы
Try to
потеряли
pet it.
орлицу. Ну,
That
на
gets more
время.
cheers than when
Теперь
you
вот
beat the
появилась
boss.
такая туча,
And I can't blame them for it.
и теперь ее нужно
Oh, the
почистить.
snuggles! And there's different little animations that happen afterwards. The snuggle's the cutest one, though. And that's the final light stone.
For now.
Oh, we've only done one tower?
Yeah.
Ah, look at me sounding so confident.
Oh my gosh, Kumo is just always in my way. I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
wow.
I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and menu here.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna risk it this time.
Oh, I like this puzzle. So it's a torch puzzle that also involves rings, but you have to defrost the rings.
Сейчас мы по старинке избавились от
Like how you
красного
find different
облака,
variations on
выйдя в
the
главное
different puzzle
меню.
mechanics,
До
and
этого
the most complicated ones
там
will like blend all of
были
it together.
необычные
Torches,
обстоятельства, что
weights,
облако
loops, all in
находилось
one
под
nice
нами.
puzzle area.
Ну, как и было сказано ранее,
Stand right here for a second to get some
такого
flashback.
никогда не происходило.
And there is one more puzzle in this run. Just one more.
And how many light stones are we not getting through this run?
So many.
All right, I'll do the math if you can just tell, like, so we don't do 9 in each area, is that correct?
9 total. No, wait. 6, 12, 18.
Like, how many more would you have to collect? Because there's a way where if you collect all the light stones in one area, you can get like an extra power from you get an extra flap and an extra power from the tall one of that area. One of them like makes you fly faster, one of them makes you run faster when you hit targets.
Yeah, I think that the number is 9 because there's 12 in the Forest Plateau and there's 15 in the other 3.
So 9 times 4. So we're not doing 36 light stones. Like that's a whole lot of game we haven't played.
Так, второй обелиск готов. Бежим к третьему.
No, it's not
Да.
it's not, yeah. We're still trying to build the community. I bet you there will be people who would eat it up though, because it's a lot of optimization to be done in that.
Здесь уже помощнее чуть-чуть ускорялки стоят, такие вот красные. Они сильнее обычных ускоряют.
Oh yeah, but we found a little shortcut to it, and by we I mean everyone else before I started playing the game.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set this up first.
This one has like these mirrors that will ricochet your arrow in different directions.
And now we move this one right here to this specific spot.
So we're gonna it's in a position where
Решаем еще одну головоломку, ставим в нужные места зеркала, чтобы стрела отрикошетила в нужное место.
Yeah, I really liked this puzzle.
Пыщ-пыщ, все решено. Сигил наш.
Good recovery.
That was a good recovery. And that was the last puzzle of the game.
For the run. But aren't there like... We still find optimizations all the time, and some people choose to do different puzzles from the ones you chose. Right? You're like trying to do a balancing act of what's most directly on the way, but also which ones take the least time to access.
Yeah. This game is very open routing-wise still, I would say.
almost like it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Maybe think about it for a moment.
Yeah, it's I can't think of a good word for it. It's like there's not a clear path. I don't know. I got nothing. There's probably a really clever way to say something at this moment, and it's just escaping me. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. There's a snake in my boots.
You have to do it for the last one.
Yeah. Should have gone with poison the water hole, though. That was more of the theme.
There you go. That's the final tower of this game.
And this boss is called
Kumo.
Kumo.
This is a pretty tough chase, so I'm going to be focusing.
All right, I'll let you
Вот,
focus.
последний обелиск активирован. Мы идем к последней зверюке.
Yeah, for the final boss, they really want to ratchet up.
Вернее, не прямо сейчас идем, мы сейчас смотрим катсцену.
How much work you have to do to defeat the boss in the second phase. Second and third phase.
You can see him down there.
Oh, yeah.
Этот босс уже вроде как помощнее.
We see you. I like how it shoots like this anti-air stuff if when you stay in the air too long. Start shooting these
Да и
missiles
глаз
at
у
you.
него побольше, чем у остальных боссов.
Pew, pew. As someone with less skill, one thing I appreciate about this chase is that you're still in the tundra.
И погоня. Еще одна. Кстати, странно, что все реки, несмотря на огонь вокруг, замерзли.
Gosh, the sound effects for this boss.
Вот мы его догоняем. Сейчас будем отстреливать глазищи.
Like that, it's got a different animation to the way it runs too. It's more of this like hoppy gallop.
Now he can summon meteors from the sky,
Yeah,
which is very scary.
as you do.
As one does on a normal Tuesday.
Yeah. For you, it's
Ну,
Armageddon.
тут-
For me, it's just another
Тут уже летят не
Tuesday.
просто фаерболы, тут летят метеориты. Вы не понимаете, это другое.
Good job.
Если на самом деле, то они спавнятся просто в
Yeah,
случайном
well done.
месте
Final
в небе.
clap here.
Это, ну, не очень прикольно.
Good job with that chase.
Так, погоня закончилась. Время повоевать на
Now we gotta
арене.
start dodging meteors again.
Counterintuitive to a casual playthrough is like how many times you want to be like super up close to the boss so the arrow doesn't have as far to travel, so the fight goes faster. You'd think we're done, but no, this boss is extra tough.
Бегает, прыгает, что-то там топает. Лучеметом своим пуляет. Но помирать не хочет. Ну и очевидно, что если лавовый монстр упадет в лаву, ему ничего не будет. Он выбирается. И начинается вторая
I
фаза.
love how it just flame charges itself before these attacks. Ah, power up. Still not done.
And there you go.
Woohoo! Great job. That was so smooth. Really great job.
And his true form is...
О, вот теперь мы его победили. Пыщ.
Eagles like my bird brethren.
Так, и что же это за зверек?
A bear.
He's a bear.
Это медведь.
I like how they all give a snuggle to the
Привет, медведь. Нет времени объяснять. Дай мне стрелу, я запульну ее в небо.
all right.
Ну и
we have
вон,
now made
без
it
вопросов нам
possible
ее
for us
отдает.
to go up to the floating island. We've got quite a long ways to go to get there this time, don't we? So time for more donations.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us, you're watching Summer Games Done Quick 2022. Everybody names their bird something different here in the Pathless. So we've been soliciting donations telling us what you would name your bird. Grandpa donated $5 saying, "Go May, and you speed that run. Proud of you, and I know you're going to kill it. Wink wonk." I want to name the bird Birdly. We have a $5 donation from Rat God saying, "I second naming the bird Rat God personally. I'd name mine Ham or Cheese or something. I don't know. Love you, May. We are also proud of you. Wishing you the best of luck on this run." We have a $5 donation from Verlaine, another P1 here. "I'd name my bird Pesto. Same name I used for Chicory, a colorful tail."
Oh, that's good.
We have a $5 donation from Heidi Diablo saying, "Longtime watcher, first time donator. Massive shout out to all the teams working to make this an amazing experience. I would name the
Пока что
bird
там зачитывают
Sir
еще
Useless."
донаты с именами
We have a $25 donation from Kronbear
птах.
saying, "I would name my bird Frightful from a
Но тем
great
временем
example of
мы
love
уже
on Resident
победили
Evil called My
всех
Side
таких,
of the Mountain."
скажем так,
We have a
земных
$10
боссов,
donation from
насколько это можно
John
сказать про
Metzger saying,
духов
"I'd name
зверей.
the bird Bloodwood."
И направляемся к Годслейеру.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, a pig made its way up the stairs with you. I'd never seen that before. It really wanted to follow you all the way.
All right. Since we're not gonna get the chance again, I got one last thing.
I think so. I think this
I
merits
think we gotta do it one last time.
one more time.
Pet the bird.
Yay!
She's been a good girl this whole run. We love her. All right.
Нет времени объяснять,
So
нужно
geeking out
погладить
about you sailing over that cloud
птичку.
earlier. That was just so awesome.
That was really cool. I've never seen anything like that before. And now
nice.
off we go into the finale of this game. let's do this.
Now I just got some sailing to watch as we make our way there physically.
И вот, наконец-то отправляемся уже к самому злодею. Сейчас будет финальный замес. Но сперва до него надо долететь.
Always does such a good job of using vocalists in soundtracks. I love that. That's so good.
And I think we're gonna have time for one more donation here.
All right, well, we have a $10 donation from Silver Ryu saying, I named my burb Ava. I love this game so much.
Maybe one more.
We have a $50 donation from Braindrop saying, awesome game and runner. Thanks, GDQ.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, how are we gonna get... Oh no. We lost our bow. I don't even know what hubris means.
И ничего себе, какие внезапности.
That's okay.
Вылетает из-за укрытия Godslayer. Поломал лук. Что-то там делает явно что-то не очень прикольное с орлицей. Вон там пламя какое-то идет. Говорит, все, я победил. Наконец-то я завершу свой злобный ритуал. И он превратил орлицу в нашего врага. А теперь, говорит он, я покончу с этим миром и создам один истинный путь.
Little covers in a very specific way to avoid a stumbling animation to save time. And there's very specific order to how we do this. So we want to get noticed by the bird here, then walk into this corner.
Good job.
This is very hard, by the way.
Yeah. Right, because most of the region under
сейчас будет снова немного игр в прятки. Но здесь уже реально нужно прятаться. В первый раз мы залетели в облако случайно. И там нужно было, наоборот, спалиться. Но здесь же нам нужно, наоборот, прятаться в тени. Иначе нас съедят.
Get noticed here. Looks like I got into the stumble there.
Oh yeah. So it wasn't too bad though.
I might get hit on my way up here.
You think you'll just go for cover as opposed to trying to hit the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if you can make it. Oh gosh! Oh my goodness! Oh gosh, that was like 2 steps away.
Oh no,
well,
it's okay.
That would be killer when you're like on a PB pace and you did this smoothly the other time. It really doesn't lose us too much time overall.
Ой-ой.
That was pretty epically close.
Like I said, this is very difficult to pull off.
Yeah.
And now we're just gonna...
Мы еще живем.
This is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, so you stumble and you breathe for a second before you can even move again, which was why we weren't able to make it to that from the other one.
And that's the stealth section.
Woohoo! And now this little segment here really reminds me of Underground from Journey. Whew. Looks like it's gonna hit you, but it's scripted to not, as you slide.
So remember when I hee-heed earlier?
Yeah, as I keep referencing Journey and saying, well, doesn't this game have anything that will remind us of Abzu as well?
Птичка промазала.
wait, now this is just straight
Чтобы
copy
нам
and
воевать,
paste.
нам нужен лук. Где его
This is
раздобыть?
Abzu now.
У тех,
I love that
кого
they
мы
did it,
спасали
though.
все это
Here are
время.
our
У
four
духов.
small ones that we rescued. They are here for us now.
Here they are to power us with their spirit energy. This will be an obscure reference for some, but it reminds me of the movie Hot Rod, when Andy Samberg has to jump a bunch of buses and different spirit animals like give him the power to do it. We're gonna see something so similar to that, and yeah, it's awesome. A little more dramatic and powerful here, I think.
Kivator. Jajitan maza bo kiva. Shuvatan sahil.
Look at the anger in the hunter's eyes right there.
Release the eagle from your curse.
So good.
Because she bonded with that eagle for so long, it's probably so. And now it's finally time that we fight the God Slayer.
Отпусти орлицу, говорит.
You know, I think it takes guts to challenge
А он
somebody
такой,
who's just
нет.
casually levitating in a Indian stance.
Your memes and here.
There's some RNG to these attacks, correct? So it will change how fast you can, because you have to dodge a certain number of
Ну,
attacks.
всё,
and
что нам
then
осталось
after
сделать,
certain
это
attacks, you can hit.
навешать ему люлей.
Come on, give us something we can hit. All right, there we go. We'll be doing this for a little while. Yeah, we like that one better, right?
Yes.
Perfect. That was good. Good RNG on that one. Now, this is really epic. Unfortunately for the Godslayer, his attack takes way too long to power up.
Yeah.
Way too long.
В принципе, тут
actually
пока
never
что
waited
не
to see
замысловато.
what happened
Уворачиваемся
there.
от атак и
Let's
бьем,
not do it this
как
round.
только
Let's not do
появляется
this round, yeah.
возможность. Вот, прицел на нем.
And now we get attacked by the eagle, which is very, very sad.
Потом появляются вот такие вот сигилы, по которым мы попадаем, и
Every single moment in this game is
при их
so
разрушении
cinematic.
или очищении
It really
то
is.
зажигается на заднем плане один обелиск.
And now come towards us. Thank you. Yay. That was fast. Oh, sweet. 2 in a row like that? That's nice.
Yeah, that was good.
And here we go with another power up. You even have to hit them twice this time, and you still have time to do it all. Phew. That's the second tower.
Что-то там было сказано про power up. Так, второй обелиск. Я не прерву свой ритуал, говорит он. Я все сделаю для вознесения.
And now we have to hit them 3 times each. Godslayer does not learn this is not their best attack. All right, good job.
Я Godslayer, меня никому не остановить. Самые популярные слова перед
That's
падением
phase
босса.
one. It's over,
И
right?
вот 3 обелиска
Right?
зажжены,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
и мы очередной раз спасаем животинку. Ну, как бы не так. Godslayer получает Power Up, и он продолжает свое вознесение. Вернее, он вознесся
And
и
this is a
стал вот
great
такой вот.
callback to the beginning of the game.
Стал, короче, иконой греха из Дума.
So this right here is actually pretty difficult because you have no idea. It doesn't tell you where you're supposed to go initially. You just kind of have to guess. It's the same direction every time, but there's no like markers or anything.
Yeah,
to
there's
show
no
you where to
visual
go.
cues of any kind, yeah. So we're just making ourselves in the general direction of, there it is. That wasn't too bad.
Not bad.
An angle.
Ну и сейчас что
And this
вроде
part of
как
the game just
произошло?
reflects on everything you've gone through.
То проклятие, которое пало на орлицу, охотница взяла на себя и теперь вот бродит по кошмарам. Но глаз орлицы помогает ей вспомнить,
Not bad.
Yeah.
прийти
my first playthrough,
в себя.
I think I picked the opposite direction for every single one of these. I think that's their intention, though, is for you to spend a lot of time wandering through here.
But we don't want that.
No, not on a speed run, but it's definitely like the calm before the storm, the final storm.
You were tested, you endured.
You're a baller. Oh, that's not what they said there. I forgot. You are a go-getter.
Whoa.
Oh, what? That was so strange.
Тебя проверяли,
I've
но
never
ты
done
выстояла.
that before. That was perfect.
That was like 2
Вместе мы станем сильнее.
Wow. That's insane.
All right, do it again. Close enough. Oh, it's the
And that's exactly who
Тебя
you think it
повергли,
is.
но ты выстояла
God.
Rat God.
и ринулась вперед.
I liked Pico the most because Pico's also the Spanish word for beak, and I once named a bear Pico Bear when I was 2 years old. So
All right, let's just sit back and appreciate this amazing scene.
Вот. Наконец-то нашли орлицу. Обнимаемся.
and now we're ready.
Let's
No.
do this.
Now we have the power to
Остался еще
activate
злодей, которому
just as
нужно
the God Slayer
настучать по
gained
бубну.
immortality. Terrible timing, right?
Орлица-то в порядке. А вот чашечки что-то не очень.
This fight is so enjoyable. Are there any tricks here to doing this part faster?
You can shoot one of them twice.
Ah, there you go.
Ну, суть
Bow is
простая.
called the moon bow, right?
Уворачиваемся от здоровой
Always, like,
лапищи
crescent
и
moon thing each shot. It's
Стреляем в
just so
нее из лука,
gorgeous.
когда она приземлится. Так, мы
So
покоцали
much
ему
going on
руки.
visually
Теперь
here.
бьем по глазам.
So much to enjoy. It's one eye down.
Так, первый глаз отлетел. Отлетел еще один. И последний.
Closing in on time. May I let you say it?
Almost there.
Так, и сейчас финальный
And time.
залп стрел в пузо.
Ooh. Great job, May. Great run.
Готовимся.
We went a little overestimate, but that's because you chose to allow us to see the full Nimue fight.
Время.
And you let us watch that whole cutscene that we normally skip. So that was really your generosity of allowing us to enjoy the game as opposed to, just wanting to get the best time, which we really, really appreciate. You were awesome and you did a great job, and I love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here and commenting.
Делаем ему скидыш. Очищаем.
Va igu maza vaktusu. Jahas tansenva. Vokara sur jasenva. Sifiru mazuke sha.
Ну и все. Его дезинтегрировало.
As the clouds disappear and the whole world is sunny again.
We did it. Find your own path. That's the takeaway. You also show the toll it took on the hunter's body to do all of that and to absorb all those curses, and it's really cool.
Va. Jajis azufara. Suja torso.
Do you get a different ending here if you do all the light stones?
I won't talk about that.
Oh.
Лети,
And that
говорит.
is the Pathless.
Yay, good
Начни.
job.
Новый мир. Принеси свет.
And where can we find you, May?
MaeTheDKC on Twitch and Twitter. And also shout out to the Giant Squid Speedruns Discord. If
Ну
you're
и вот
interested in
таким вот
learning
был
this
The
game, you
Pathless.
can find us over there. That's where we all share our tips and we help each other out.